other devices and systems over the internet. The term IoT refers to collective network of connected devices which facilitates the communication between the devices and the cloud. The incorporation of inexpensive computer chip and high bandwidth telecommunication, we now have billions of devices connected to the internet. This means everyday devices like toothbrushes, vacuums, cars and machines can use sensors to collect data and respond intelligently to users. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity refers to any technologies, practices and policies which prevents cyber attacks or mitigating their impact. Cybersecurity protects computer systems, applications, devices, data, financial assets and people against ransomware, malware, phishing attacks, data theft and other cyber attacks. My review of literature in the field of research of IoT in supply chain management. In this paper, it explores how innovations like AI, blockchain and edge computing are not just reshaping the landscape of IoT data integration, but also setting a stage for the future IoT to be where it will be more efficient and secure. The transformation technologies used to hold the key to unlock the full potential of IoT. The next review of literature is in the field of IoT in agriculture. This paper ensures seamless interoperability, which includes the diverse range of IoT devices and platforms, which continue to be a major challenge, requiring ongoing innovation in integration technologies and standards. The findings potentially benefits closer follow-up of aggressive food security process for more personalized agricultural interventions. The next field of research is in cybersecurity. This paper points the global indicator estimated cost of cybercrime in the cybersecurity market was continuously increasing from 2004 to 2029 by a total of $6.4 trillion. After the 11th consecutive year, it's going to get increased to $15.63 trillion by the end of the year 2029. The indicator indicates the estimate of cost of cybercrime is increasing every year. The motivation to take this topic is that technological challenges in privacy and security concern in IoT devices are significant, but the research was not well connected to the development task. Data security for the heterogeneous data using traditional approach with the existing cryptographic strategies, but the result is not optimal, but the desired one is more needed. So, the motive is to propose the enhanced machine learning based effective privacy and security maintenance in the cybersecurity techniques in order to face the new challenges, particularly in human to machine, machine to human, and machine to machine communication dominated devices. The further research is required in order to understand the implications of the technologies, challenges, which is needed for the IoT security factors. First, I will define the problem. The privacy and security issues in human to machine interaction are very difficult to handle for the effective data communication process. The existing approach, which is having the human to machine communication, is not described properly. The enhanced machine learning approach for the machine to human communication dominated devices are not discussed or handled with proper care. So it is not having a proper data access process. The enhanced machine learning techniques based privacy and security from machine to machine communication dominated devices are very difficult to handle to data transfer process. The enhanced machine learning privacy and security in machine-to-machine communication dominated IoT devices using cybersecurity techniques are not discussed in proper care. So, my aim and objectives are, my aim is to perform the effective enhancement of security and privacy in IoT using cybersecurity techniques. Objectives. The objectives are in 3 different layers. The first objective, to provide the privacy and security in the micro layer, that is human to machine dominated IoT devices. The second objective is to implement the privacy and security in the machine learning, using the machine learning approach in the machine to human connection. The machine learning techniques applied here are decision trees, classification, clustering, association rules and regression. The objective 3 is to perform the privacy and security and tackle the macro layer IoT devices which performs the machine learning techniques such as theory of automata, fuzzy logic, neural networks, genetic algorithms and artificial intelligence. Contribution 1. My first contribution is heuristic machine learning enhancement approach for privacy and security in micro-layer IoT devices using cybersecurity techniques. The problem statement is the privacy and security issues in human-to-machine interaction dominating devices are difficult to handle the data communication process. The enhanced machine learning approach one, the existing one is only 53.6. Here I have shown in the form of table. The privacy and security using the existing cryptography is 53.6%. The heuristic machine learning approach for privacy and security using cyber security technique is 987.5. So the same difference is given in the form of chart here. The blue one is the existing approach. You can see a huge rise of security has enhanced in the red one, that is the proposed technology. Summary. The summary of this is, compared to the existing approach, the proposed approach is having nearly 35% more accuracy rate. So that is the use of using the heuristic machine learning approach along with the machine learning techniques and cyber security techniques. The next contribution area is deterministic machine learning enhancement approach for privacy and security in mini-layer IoT devices using cyber security techniques. Here, when I am saying about mini-layer, it is from machine to human dominated IoT devices. So, the problem statement is the privacy and security issues in handling the human interaction dominating devices are not handled in proper way for the efficient data access process. The enhanced machine learning techniques are not discussed and handled with proper care. So my objective is to implement privacy and security through the machine learning approach to tackle many-layer IoT devices with cyber security techniques. The objective is to focus on the maintenance of machine learning with decision trees, regression, classification, clustering, association rules with the usage of cyber security techniques. Here, the methodology is given in 5 stages. The proposed methodology in the machine learning enhancement approach for privacy and security in mini-layer IoT devices. The first one is filtering the mini-layer IoT devices. The first step, setting the base layer as a micro layer. Next, identify the mini-layer IoT devices and find the layer in which layer it belongs to. List the mini-layer IoT devices, understand the data and track the mechanism. The step 2 is finding the issue, whether it is in the lower level or medium level or higher level. The next one is handling the issues using the machine learning techniques like decision trees, regression, clustering, classification, associative rules. Next, using the cyber security method, maintaining the privacy and security using secure communication protocol, software patches, access control, data flow control, data integrity issues, and vulnerability assessment. Final stage is testing. In this, the mini-layer IoT devices is used to check whether the privacy and security is enhanced or not. The same methodology is given in the form of diagram here. The first step is collecting the IoT devices. Next step, filtering the mini-layer IoT devices. And next level is what type of issues, whether it is low or high or medium. Then applying the machine learning like decision trees, clustering, classification, association rules, and finally managing using the cyber security techniques. Here, a given example is Fire TV Cube. The Amazon Fire TV Cube implementation is shown here. So this is one of the example for machine to human interaction. So here, the mini-layer IoT Fire TV Cube, my machine learning filter is used for home smart control and OTT entertainments. Connecting the device either using the Ethernet adapter or Wi-Fi or whatever is available. Then you can give it for testing, for connecting it with various applications. Example, here I have used the weather forecasting. You can connect it level of privacy and security achieved using the deterministic machine layer and the cyber security techniques. The next third contribution is soft computing based machine learning enhancement approach for privacy and security in macro layer IoT devices, that means the machine to machine dominated IoT devices. The problem statement is the privacy and security in machine to machine interactive dominating devices are very difficult to handle effective data transfer process. The enhanced machine learning with soft computing based privacy and security in machine to machine communicated dominated IoT devices are not discussed and not handled with proper care. Objective. The objective is to perform the privacy and security through soft computing based machine learning approach to tackle the macro layer IoT devices with cyber security techniques. So the main objective, which is focused on using the machine learning techniques like theory of automata, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithms and artificial intelligence. Methodology. In this methodology or proposed methodology contains 5 stages to enhance the machine learning and along with the cyber security techniques. The first stage is to examine the macro layer IoT devices. So here I am setting this base layer as a mini layer device. Identify and filter the macro layer device and the layer. Then list the device. Then find the architecture. Then the communication can be started. The next stage is You can see the peak range of privacy and security applied in the proposed system. The final result shows 93% success. That is, out of the compared 23 IoT data units, 21 is successful. In the existing one, only 30 IoT devices showed success rate. The proposed methodology dominates the existing methodology in the output result in a satisfactory level. The third one is comparison of soft computing based machine learning enhancement approach research. It performs enhancement in the privacy and security using cyber security techniques. So my findings are, in the micro layer devices, we achieved 87.5, which compared with the existing one 58.3. And in the mini layer, 91.7 success rate, which is compared with the existing one 52.5 success rate. The macro layer IoT devices, 93% of success, which is compared with the 53% success of the existing one. And when we are comparing with the IoT units, in the micro layer, out of 19, 17 units worked well. In the mini layer, out of 23, 21 units worked well. And in the macro layer, out of 25, 24 devices worked well, which is compared with the existing device. So my future work and directions. Here, it is a generic one, so we can extend it in the future using the soft-based computing approach by using the deep learning strategies for automated IoT privacy and security. The optimization of the robotic system towards optimization approaches will be further minimized by the implementation of optimization techniques using genetic algorithms and heuristic algorithms in near future. My publications in the Scopus journals are, the first one is regarding the heuristic machine learning approach in privacy and security micro layer IoT devices. Next one, deterministic machine learning enhancement approach for privacy and security in mini layer IoT devices using cyber security techniques. And third one is soft computing based machine learning enhancement approach in privacy and security using cyber security techniques. So these are some of my references. Thank you.
Now the presentation session is over. I request the students and scholar, please you raise a question to the scholar. Please come forward and ask the question. Everybody will know the topic. IoT, right? IoT means what? Internet of Things. All the devices are connected and work under the internet. Without internet, the device is not functioning, either it is micro or macro level. So you learn that. The security means what? How do you protect? What way you can protect the devices? So these two are a topic of the scholar. This is one of the hardest topic and well known to me. As a student, just to ask the question. Now finally, for example, in our Madras University, we always encourage our MC and MSc students because we are admitting PhD only our students only. In the student தான் நாங்க என்ன பண்றோம்? So எல்லா வைவாயிலே அவங்க அட்டெண்ட் பண்ண வச்சு ட்ரெயின் பண்றோம். So you feel this is one of the training session. Ask the question. Confirm.
Thank you. Yes, my algorithm is generic in nature. Here, in the micro layer, I have used data encryption standard algorithm. In the mini layer, I have used advanced encryption standard algorithm. And in the macro layer, I have used elliptical cryptography algorithm. All these are generic in nature. So, future enhancement is possible.
Now I have question here. Okay, ma'am. Example question now. So first question now. How did you test your work? How did you validate it? How did you test and validate your research work?
The research work can be validated using the two main open source tools. One is open source tool, Rapid7 Metasploit
are classified for IoT devices, particularly in micro and mini? How many layer classification of IoT devices into micro, mini and macro layers?
So, we have divided it into 3 layers. First one is human to machine layer dominated IoT devices, that is the mini layer. And next one is machine to human dominated IoT devices as macro layer. And last one is machine to machine dominating devices as macro layer IoT devices.
Particularly the security area, cryptography only they are using. How the machine learning techniques are helpful for the security side? Security means we are using the traditional is a cryptography.
Yes.
But you mentioned that you are using machine learning.
Yes, sir.
What way it differ from cryptography to machine learning?
I have used both machine learning techniques and cryptographic techniques also in each layer, micro layer, mini layer and macro layer. Because first we have to find the issue, then we have to address the issue, then we have to manage the issue. So when I am addressing the issue, I am using the machine layer technology, and when I am maintaining the issue, I need the cyber security technique. So both we need.
So your results are only theory or practical?
Practical, sir. I have used data encryption standard in the micro layer IoT device, advanced encryption standard in the mini layer IoT device, elliptical curved cryptography in the macro layer IoT device.
So final question, how many years you spent for your research?
3 years.
3 years. Out of the 3 years, exactly what you learned from your research?
I have learned the basics of IoT in the beginning, in the first year. I was learning about the basics of IoT and the cyber security. So that time I don't have any idea regarding the machine learning techniques or cyber security techniques. So after, when we are doing the paper publication, I learned step by step of machine learning and then the cyber security techniques.
Final question, in case you join as a faculty of any university and college, what type of research helps you to improve the performance of the student?
Nowadays, the artificial intelligence security attacks are more efficient and very strong compared to the classic manual cryptographic techniques. So, but in the theoretical and syllabus range, we are still learning the manual cryptographic attacks. So, we can teach the students regarding the AI-based security attacks.
Any question? Now, I come to the end of the session. Actually, as a scholar, I am always encouraging students to come forward to join the research. Why? Because this is a different type of study compared to our normal studies. So, the PhD means as a scholar to join under the supervisor and select some topic. From the topic itself, they are going to produce some new thing. Generally, we have produced either enhancement or another one what we will do innovation. But as a scholar, we are going to do innovation work. Only we are doing what? Enhancement work. What is the enhancement mean? You know that some existing is there. From the existing, the scholars are to select some objectives. From the objective, they learn some existing work. From that, they are going to enhance. Right? They will produce some better result compared to the existing work. So, compared to Madam Rose's work is an enhancement work. She attempted to select some existing work. From that, she showed her result with some performance. So, this is the first one. Another one, she selected 3 topics, 3 objectives. 3 objectives. Under the objective 3, she published 3 journals. So, Scopus, there are 3 journals she published in Scopus. So, as per the University Grant Commission and the University norm, the PhD scholar must produce nearly 3 journals and 2 conferences. In a conference only, How many conferences, ma?
3 conferences.
3 conferences. Good. So, as per the University Grant Commission, UGC have 3 journal and more than 3 conferences. So that part she is crossed. She published in 3 paper. She presented conferences. Another one, the presentation. I think Madam is working as a faculty teacher. So without any break, she done good work. Presentation very nice. We easily identified. So that part also she cleared. So apart from that, her work is going to evolve by some external examiners, right? So first her work sent to the thesis. Her thesis was evaluated with Professor Subhash Chandra Yadav, Professor at Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Central University of Jharkhand, Ranchi. Sir is one of the examiner. He evaluated Roslin thesis. What he written that the overall literary content of these theses is good, and the quality of the research publication itself relevant. That the notable work is being carried out by the research scholar. In the light of the above, I recommended the award of Doctor of Philosophy to Ebenezer PHD in the Department of Computer Application. The suggestion was given by Dr. Professor Subhash Chandra Yadav, Professor at the Department of Computer Application in Jharkhand Central University. Another examiner Dr. Gopinath myself. So I also evaluated thesis. What my finding based on the research work, the research scholar has successfully addressed the research problem and effectively implemented the proposed solution. The result of her work, she published in 3 journals and 3 conferences. So the research work is commended. I recommended that the PhD degree be awarded to the candidate in the field of computer science after completing successful of the BioS examination to the Director of Research, Manolmani Sundara University, Thiruvananthapuram. And third examiner is the supervisor. Sir is more than 3 years spent for the research work. Sir also one of the evaluator. Without his contribution, there is no result for the scholar. So Sir also one of the examiners. So almost 3 examiners were commended, and we wholeheartedly recommended to the director, research director, Manolmani Sundara University, to award the highest degree of PhD degree to Mrs. Roslin Ebenezer Roslin, the field of computer science. So I, in the front of the audience, I recommended to award the highest degree to Ebenezer Roslin. Hereafter, Ebenezer Roslin called Dr. Ebenezer Roslin. I ask congratulations to the scholar Dr. Ebenezer Roslin. So my personal thanks to Professor sir. I think this is 4th SAR candidate. Just now it came to know that there are 42 PhD scholars. Sir was one of the very, very toughest work, because there are 42 scholars which what? How many field of experts, how much of effort he spent to develop the scholars. Sir, my congratulations, sir. My heart is just to sir, the scholar. And my personal thanks to Dr. Balasubramanian Raja. He is a director of research, Manolmani Sundara University. He is my good friend, and the Chancellor, Manolmani Sundara University. I think if my name is goes to the exam, immediately they have selected for me. So my whole heart thanks to the Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and the authority of the Manolmani Sundara University, and the principal of St. Xavier College, and the dean, and the department, faculty and students. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, Father. My best wishes to Madam. Parents also is there. There are
Thank you.
so many years they have made their effort. அதாவது அவங்க பொண்ணு டாக்டரேட் வாங்கிறதுக்காக அவங்களும் படிச்சிருக்காங்க. நம்ம கூட்டிகிட்டு இன்னைக்கு ஃபுல்லாக சாரி அவங்க பொண்ணுக்காக. நீங்கள் அவங்க ரொம்ப நன்றிகளை பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. இந்த சண்டைகளுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
தேங்க்யூ மேடம். தேங்க்யூ.
I thank Almighty for giving me this opportunity today to stand in front of everyone and being awarded as a doctorate is God's will. I thank my external examiner, Dr. S. Gopinathan, Professor and Head of Computer Science, Madras University, Chennai. Thank you, sir. I wholeheartedly thank my convener and guide, Dr. Victor, who is Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science in St. Xavier's College. Without sir's help, I couldn't able to cross each and every step. Sir contributed a lot for my growth. Thank you, sir. I thank my doctoral committee members, Dr. Narayani ma'am and Dr. Nancy Goldana ma'am in her absence here. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your help in each and every doctoral committee meetings. I thank each and every research scholars who helped me in my way. Thank you. I thank my parents, my husband, my children who sacrificed a lot when I am doing my research. I thank each and every one of you. I thank all the students who patiently